passes the 2-mile mark well inside the world time and goes pounding ahead to break through that elusive 13-minute barrier for the full 3 miles.
You held more world records than anyone has ever held in those longer distances.
Yeah, in distance running, yeah.
He crosses the line in 12 minutes, 52.4.
The 10,000 metre world record was my best run. I took something like 40 odd seconds off it in a one run, which is the most that's ever been taken off a world record. And that was probably the best run that I had in Oslo in '65.
And how much have they chiselled it down since then?
Another minute.
Breaking the 13-minute barrier is certainly a tremendous climax to Clarke's already outstanding tour.
That's a good pace.
Yeah, very comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I usually run. I run a very mild pace. I'll run with it as well.
So do you do most of your running on this?
On this, yeah.
Oh, you don't go out on the road anymore?
Very rarely, Don.
Yeah.
You go out there and run on that stuff, and you're jarring every time. Now I've jarred for, since I was 17 years of age, so I don't need any more of that. But this is no problem. I can run any speed on this that I want to. Not that I can run much very fast anymore. The most important organ for old age is not the heart or the lungs, it's the legs. Because what we fear most is being immobile. Yeah. And if you're immobile, then your heart and lungs go anyway. It's being active, and active really is the legs. So keeping stretching, keeping your legs mobile, keeping it moving, using these machines, any way at all to get active is the most important thing.
Said to me, what do I love about Queensland in recent years? It's for a long time they still tried to look like Sydney or Melbourne when it came to their gardens. They're finally recognised now they're in the subtropics. They've got palms, they've got all the foliage plants. Brisbane and surfers and all these areas finally look like Brisbane or surfers or whatever it is. They've
its own character.
Yes.
I think that's important. I think having the vegetation for the area that you're in is very satisfying. As I mentioned, we were in England for 13 years, and we created some tremendous rose gardens, and roses is Helen's first love, but we never would put roses out here.
New Dawn and Swan Lake climbing up the walls. They had Monique in the front
Around.
and then 300 lavender bushes around the whole thing.
Around the whole thing. So it was just wonderful to play tennis on this.
And when you go over there, you go to the Mediterranean climate areas and all the rest of it, lavenders don't die from the humidity. The soils, which are often chalky or whatever, are just what they adore. I mean, they're fantastic in Adelaide or Perth.
Yes.
But go up East Coast and they're increasingly going, oh, there's disease here.
Yes,
Sure,
mine
I
are
like
not
it.
doing very well.
Well, sorry. That's right.
Please have a look.
That's all I want you to do. This is the lavender in
It's not
Queensland.
very happy under here.
Poor, tragic figure. There it is.
We've been sort of married 40 odd years. What is it? 41, something like that.
years.
But we're going together for about 2 or 3 years before that, right from before the Olympics, before '56.
Helen, what is your secret in husbanding him for 41 years? How does it work that lasts well and happily?
I don't know. We've sort of lived for each day and make it the most exciting every day together.
Enjoying life.
Enjoying life and both supporting each other. And I think he probably made me very liberated very early on.
What does that mean? It's a repressive upbringing. You don't have to say you hated your parents, but...
No, but I was brought up in the era where you were totally supportive to a husband. He was the important person. And when he was running, I made sure everything was right for him. Wherever we went in the world, that things ran smoothly.
Sometimes Helen would go into the kitchens and organise the
food.
Organise the food
in hotels
in the kitchen,
in Sweden and things. But also he's given me my independence if I wanted to go and do a job or anything like that. And I think I was one of the first Avon ladies in Australia.
Oh, really? But overall, at the end of the process, happy with the kids?
Oh, yes.
They're superb.
They're very happy and we're very close. We're still very close. I speak to all of them every day.
So the experiment worked?
Yes, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the risk worked.
You started an ecologically friendly resort. How long ago?
Over the last 3 years. It's only been finished September last year was when it was finally finished.
Okay.
We had permission, would you believe, out there that had been given to the previous owners that our group purchased for 3 500-room hotels, 5 stories high, for a 18-hole golf course, and a 500-room condominium. It would have just knocked everything down, typical of what's been done here. So we said to them, look, this is all wrong. We want to rehabilitate what was there in the past, and we want to fit in and around it. The first thing we did, and we obviously spoke to the right people, I think, is that they said you have to reclaim all the damage that's been done by the sand miners and the old farmers out there by establishing a nursery and collecting seeds and cuttings and re-establishing indigenous plants.
Looking back, you're happy with the whole mix of things in that era?
Been a fantastic life. Absolutely incredible together. We've taken risks and we've had fun doing it. We've lived in England and lost money and made money.
Could say that.
But it's been fun.
Nick, you do a bit of running, you're a bit of an athlete?
Yes, I do big marathons and half marathons and team triathlons as well.
I'm feeling absolutely worn out just listening to this family about how much exercise they do and all the rest of it. Well, have you done anything competitively?
Yes, I've done some marathons, 3 in London
That's fantastic.
and 3 in Gold Coast.
And who's quicker these days, you or Dad?
Me.
By a long way.
Obviously, the Olympics has been a wonderful thing, and clearly it's the great hope for humanity in that it's better to compete with sporting teams than with armies.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of that having been said, there's been a lot of negative, messy bits said about the Olympics in recent years.
When they're on, they're fantastic. I mean, nothing can match them, and no matter of macking around with them can ruin them. I don't believe they're such a good competition, but you would have liked to have seen them done better. They've got too big. There's too much money involved, and I'm not against money, but there's too much money involved for no real reason. I mean, the money is going to the IOC to be distributed, and therefore a few people are becoming too powerful. You know, why do we have so many sponsors, and why do we give so many tickets to sponsors, and why can't the general public get a better share of it, and all those sorts of things. I mean, you get sufficient reward in yourself in succeeding. You don't need the money incentives, and you don't need the extra flip that's been giving. That the only thing worthwhile doing is to compete in Olympic Games. The most important thing in life is enjoying life and being healthy.